Good evening, everyone. It is a pleasure to see so many familiar faces out there. But of course, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Nicole Garneau, and I am the PI of the Genetics of Taste Lab, and also, as you can see here, the curator and chair of the Health Sciences Department. And I am sad not to be here in person with you tonight, but excited to share the story of my KT Challenge program called Redefining Human, and the research the award will support if funded. So let's get right into it, because I know you are as excited as I am. So you, when you walked in, got a little baggie of goodies, and that baggie has a nose clip in it, a packet of sugar, hopefully a pen or pencil, and a piece of paper. And this piece of paper has two scales on it. It's got an intensity scale on the top, which is how strong something tastes to you, and a preference scale on the bottom, which is how much do you like that strength of taste. So we are going to start right away with what we love to do best here at the museum, which is interaction. So these are your instructions. You're going to put the nose clips on, and we'd like to say put them on like a unicorn, and then do the sniff test. If you can breathe through your nose, they're not on right, readjust them. So this is going to take any smell out of the equation. And what you're going to do is you are going to taste some of this sugar. Keep the nose clip on while you mark the intensity scale for the strength of the sweetness of that sugar, and then the preference scale for how much you like that taste. And I'm going to pause here while you do that, and then I'm going to be brought back up to walk you through what we're doing next. All right, so welcome back. I want you now to be very friendly with your neighbor and go ahead and share your results to the people next to you and see where you marked. And I know I'm not there in person, but I'm going to guess that no marks are exactly the same. So I want you to think critically about why would that be? And the thing that often comes to mind when we talk about differences or variability in humans is genetics. So it's true that small changes in your DNA change your taste detection. And this is something we study in our lab. But really cool is that heritability, or what you get from your parents, accounts for only 30% of the variability we see in sweet taste. Only 30%. So you should be thinking, well, what's the other 70%? In addition to genetics, again, what you got from your mom and dad, who makes you, your cultural and biological experiences can shape your taste. But I want you to go even further tonight. I want you to think about maybe that's not even the whole story. Maybe there's something else out there. And that brings me to things that can modify your ability to taste. And there's a rich history of plants that do just that. And here's two examples. So this little guy right here, found in India, has a molecule in it called gymnemic acid. So I want you to think about the fact that when you taste sugar, if you remove the ability to taste sweet from that, and you only have mouthfeel, sugar is like sand. That's a pretty disappointing experience, right? But there it is, a plant that can modify your ability to taste sweet. And then this guy, which some of you folks have heard me talk about before, miracle fruit, which is found in Western Africa, this does something totally different, which is when you take it, it makes things that are sour, like lemons, taste like sweet lemonade. I mean, that's why it's called miracle fruit. It's pretty miraculous. But maybe there's more, because why not bacteria? Bacteria which already live in your mouth and are part of your everyday life. There's 100 trillion microbes that live in and on your body, and a portion of those are in your mouth. Maybe those are modifying your ability to taste sweet as well. And it makes sense. A lot of these bacteria are what we call obligate saccharobes, which means they have to eat sugar. So if they have to eat sugar, it might be in their best interest to make you want sugar. So maybe you're not responsible for your sweet tooth after all. A main contributor to the bacteria in our mouths and in our guts is what we eat. So I hope this makes you curious about your own diet and the bacteria that you're living with right now. And this KT Challenge program challenges you to find out more. So here's what you can expect. And this is where it gets fun, because this is where you're going to be interacting if this program is selected. So this is through a partnership with the American Gut Project. And what we're going to do is we're going to select the people who decide to participate. We're going to select where we want to study. And probably we're going to shoot for the gut or the mouth, because that's where we were really interested in the bacteria in terms of what we eat. All of the expenses are paid as part of the program. We're basically going to donate some samples. We're going to mail a kit to each of you who participate. There's very easy instructions, don't worry. You're going to take samples from yourself. Please don't take them of your dog. Take them of yourself. You're going to mail those samples back to our colleagues at the American Gut Project. They're now in San Diego. They're going to do the processing, so the sequencing analysis of the bacteria. They're going to put that together with the information you've provided in the questionnaire. They're asking questions about maybe what does diet matter. And then we're going to do a big results reveal. So this is where it gets really fun, is instead of doing this at your house, where maybe you don't feel comfortable, you don't understand a lot of the bacteria, or maybe you're just really social and you want to see where you fit, we're going to welcome participants into our lab, and we're going to do an exclusive results reveal. And we're going to do an in-depth look at bacteria, both in discussion and also underneath the microscope. So this is where it's really special. This is where this is not available to anyone else in the American Gut Project or here at the museum. And I just want to emphasize how cool are personalized results, right? Like, who doesn't love getting information about themselves? So this is a sample of what you would get. Of course, this is not your data because we haven't done this yet. This is Michael Pollan's data. And a lot of you have probably read his book, The Omnivore's Dilemma. He is one of the biggest well-known proponents of understanding bacteria in the body and how it's affecting health. So we'll get information about what bacteria is where, how do your samples compare to other people, and how do your samples compare across different areas. So really cool in-depth results. Then following the results reveal, we do a special invite for our participants to come back with their families and reserve an appointment with us to be a part of our actual research. And to give you a little bit more of a taste of what we're doing currently in the lab, I'm going to show a really quick video because it's so well done and it'll tell you the story so much better than I can. So let's go to the clip.
Every living thing is made of cells. The Venus flytrap on your desk, that fuzzy worm that lives on your windowsill, that green stuff growing between your brother's toes, and even that walrus you saw at the museum are all made of cells. Did you know that of all the cells in your body, only 1 out of every 10 are actually human? The other ones are tiny organisms that live in and on your body. These microbes are so tiny that you need a microscope to see them. Many people think that all microbes are bad for you, but most are really good for you. They live and work with your own human cells to help your body function. Scientists believe that your personal collection of microbes is unlike anyone else's and is even more unique than your fingerprint. The biggest concentrations are located on the surface of your skin, in your mouth, and in your gut. At the Genetics of Taste Lab, we are curious whether the microbes in your mouth change your sense of taste, and in particular, the way you taste sweet things. Sweet things. Our scientists need your help to test this hypothesis. You, your family, and your friends are invited to be part of the sweet tasting study in the Genetics of Taste Lab. It will only take 30 minutes. We will ask you a few questions, swab your cheek for DNA, and have you taste sweetened water samples. This is cutting-edge research, and we need your participation. If you are 18 years or older, or 8 to 17 with a legal guardian, you can join the study today. Just ask a team member wearing a lab coat.
Silence!
Okay, so now you can see why I'm so excited about this research, and let's talk about it a little bit more. If awarded, the KT Challenge program will support our DNA sequencing for the microbiome analysis in our sweet tasting study. So not only does this program allow you to do something very different and unique, but we really want to invite you back in to be a part of our real research in addition to the American Gut research. And then on top of that, the funds are going to then support how that work is done. So you get to be a part of it in person and also a part in terms of the support that the dollars will bring to help us do the analysis. And I think the big take home here is the work that we're doing is going to help us better understand the factors in taste and the role that taste plays in our health. And it's a pretty big role. And if you think about it, if we can understand the role bacteria is playing, that means that there might be really easy, non-invasive solutions to changing or modifying that bacteria that will then modify our taste that might help us eat healthier and be a healthier overall community. So thank you all for your support tonight, and a special thanks to, of course, Tim and Catherine Ryan for putting this program together, and the Giving Club for this opportunity. A very huge thank to our lab. A lot of you know our lab manager, Tiffany Nestle, who's wonderful, and the citizen scientists in the Genetics of Taste lab are so dedicated as volunteers, and we couldn't do what we do without them. As well as our collaborators at Bowling Green State University and the University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus. And then of course, to my family for being so supportive of this work. And we call this the lab onesie. It's being passed around to all the babies because it says sweet and sour. And this is our sweetie, Georgia, who's now 8 months. This was taken a little while back, and she makes our life sweet every day. So thank you all for the opportunity to present tonight, and I look forward to hearing the results.